Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the search module here on Sales Samurai so we can get a full understanding of its capabilities, its use cases, and how it actually could benefit you. So let's go ahead and begin. On the left-hand side here, we have the search function. We have two available buttons here. We have the basic search and we have the single listing search. We also have our history search right here. Now, if you ever want to go back in time and look at your history, you have that available to you, so you don't have to actually wait for searches and things like that. But you can head over here and take a look at our basic search and our listing search. This is going to create the difference between, if we're trying to look for a specific topic or if we're looking basically, we want to understand more statistics, more analytics around a specific listing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the basic search first, and let's analyze everything associated with it. So I added the keyword here, Valentine's gifts for him. We can see here that this is a long tail keyword, and the software does indicate to us that it's successfully a long tail keyword by showing this green check button here. Here we have our Etsy search volume, which is presented at number 26,666 people, which generally means that this is the amount of search volume that it is searched for, okay? And here we have our competition, and the competition, the software does indicate to us that this is not optimal competition because the check doesn't exist. It's a red marker here. Now, something that we want to go ahead and take a look is on the left-hand side here of our tags. What the software is going to present to us is the top products or the top listings, and we can actually see that amongst all the top listings there are certain tags that are frequently used, and this is the section here of the software that will show us those tags that are frequently used. So we have here tags, and we have here gift for him. So for the keyword Valentine's gifts for him as the lead keyword, we have gift for him as a tag. And that tag was found 38 times. It was the tag that was found the highest amount of times with a total Etsy search volume of 26,000. So really what that means is that this specific keyword, this tag, gets searched for on Etsy 26,000 times per month, roughly. Okay, here we have Valentine's gift, which was found 29 times, which was found even more, which is 26,601. Okay, and so on. The list goes on and on and on. We can actually cycle through these tags by count from greatest to least or from least to greatest by simply clicking on the count button. We can also sift through all these tags based on search volume, and so we can click here to show the lowest search volume, or we can click again to show us the highest search volume. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and bring our attention to the right side of the screen here. Here we have the long tail keyword followed by the Etsy search volume and the competition. And right under it, we have here our suggestions. And so these suggestions are suggestions of keywords that can potentially relate to our listing. And then we see here the Etsy search volume, which means the number of times that that keyword was specifically searched for, the Etsy click-through rate on that keyword, the Google search volume if it happens to exist, the Google cost per click, and the Google competition. The reason why Google is very, very important is because over time, different Etsy listings can be ranked on Google and can bring you as a seller a lot of profit if you have your listing on Google. And many people go Google hunting, where they try to figure out what listing that they can create that will have the biggest chance to get shown on Google, right? And that's why this competition marker here is drastically important. We generally use the CPCs to understand the financial value behind a specific keyword. Typically, if the CPC is higher in a well-known market, it just means that that specific keyword is more valuable and there are more businesses targeting that specific keyword. The Google search volume is going to show us the number of people that search specifically on Google. Now, in most cases, Google is a larger search engine than Etsy. In fact, when I say most cases, I mean about 99.9% of the times, but there are elements in time where the Etsy microclimate search engine will reach more search volume than Google will have. Just depends on what the need of the product is. Let's go ahead and scroll down slightly here, and we have here a section called listings, and this is where we're actually going to get to see the listings for the specific keyword that we've entered, which includes Valentine's gifts for him. We can see here that These listings get an average view rate of 4,440 views. Now, it's important to realize that this is the main keyword. It doesn't necessarily mean that these listings optimize for that main keyword, but these are the top listings in that specific keyword. Here we have the average number of likes per listing and the average photos per listing. The photos are very important to understand because the photos are something that you can control. A lot of the times we can't necessarily control the amount of likes that we have because we can't give ourselves likes, but what we can do is we can increase the amount of photos or improve the quality of the photos, and this can give us an indication on how much we'll need. So for example, if the competition is at 6 to 7 photos or even 8 photos, we don't want to sit there with 1 or 2 photos, right? We want to go ahead and give more contextualization to our customers on Etsy. And of course, the average likes, and I always say this, the view rate, when you know you have a successful listing on Etsy, you're going to in the beginning get some views, then you're going to get some likes, then you're going to get some sales, okay? And like I said, the likes are going to come up. They're a huge indicator in the algorithm within Etsy that contributes to your success. So the more likes you'll have on your listing, the more it will be seen, and that will create a cyclical effect of more sales. Okay, here we can go ahead and take a look at some of these listings, and we can get different previews of these listings, and we can go ahead and click on these links to view them within Etsy themselves. And we can click on them, we can see these listings, take a look at the images, and see what are the, what's interesting about these listings. And more importantly, we get an idea of the different listings. So we can sort by the top 5, the top 25, 50, and 100. So I can click on 25 here, and it will show me 25 total entries, okay? The reason why this is beneficial is because we get more than just 5 listings to view here. If we know that we want to mimic some of the top winning products and we want to take a piece of the pie in terms of sales, what we can do is we can head over here to Etsy after we click on all these different links, and we can get a good view for what these products are. So I can click on this, I can click on this, and I can click on this, and I can see, okay, is this going to give me, I can create something like this that I can sell for Etsy, or to make some more sales. So this is something that's generally very, very interesting when it comes down to Etsy, and we can always go back here and sort for the top 5 listings and go back, and we can actually search for things as well. Now, within this listing kind of viewer, we can see the price of the product, the shipping days, like how long it takes to ship, the number of photos on that specific listing, the view count that listing has acquired, and the likes that listing has acquired. And we can also click on the details if we want as well, and it will show us the details of that specific product and all the kind of data behind it in terms of the tags that it has, the click-through rate for each tag, which is a huge indicator as to why it's so successful. We can see the keywords if they're contained in the title, in the description, or exactly what's going on here. And the reason why this section is important for specific listings is we can use this information to manipulate our success. We can see where our competitors have some loose ends, and we can tie up those loose ends by adding our own listing to compete. And of course, here's the more statistical data, really where all the money is made, where we can see the view count, the monthly views, the date that it was created, the age of the listing, the price, and the date that it was last modified. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back here, and let's take a look at our price spread. So the price spread is very important because really what we can understand here is we can understand the duration, not the duration, but on almost like a plotted scale here of how frequent are the listings based on their prices. So for example, we can see here that it's very rare for a keyword, Valentine's gifts for him, to exceed the price of, let's say, $200. Very, very rare. We only see that once, okay, or twice. But we can say that it is very likely that a product with the keyword Valentine's gifts for him does not exceed the price of, let's say, $21, because you could see here the majority of products listed are stuck within this $20 marker. So something that you might want to keep in mind is that if you're selling a product, if you tend to be an outlier, a dramatic outlier, some people think that selling a product extremely cheap or extremely expensive is a good thing. That's not necessarily always the case. And of course, you're going to want to do your market research using the tool to kind of understand that. But generally what we recommend is somewhere in the average, right? You don't always have to charge too expensive or too little, but it has to reflect the price of your product, and you don't want to be the outlier in the market. So for example, if you're selling a keychain and everybody else is selling keychains, if everybody's keychain is $5, you're going to want to be around that price. You're not going to want to charge $600 unless there's something very, very special about your keychain that warrants that price, right? Well, in that case, that it's not just a keychain, it could have certain elements to it that make the product different. For example, silver keychains might cost $5, but golden keychains might cost $100. And so that kind of differs. So you want to be aware of your specific niche and you want to price accordingly. And this is very important so that you can understand what the product is like. And at the end of the day, you're going to get more accurate data depending on what you type in on that keyword phrase here. And so here we can view the min, max, average, right? So we have the minimum price, which is 34 cents. We have the maximum price, which is 342, and we have the average is 29.78. And when they say average, really what that means is that we're adding up all the different listings in terms of price, and we're dividing by the number of listings that actually exist, and that ends up being the average cost. Here we have is the shipping days, and the shipping days represents here the minimum amount of days that the listings have seen, the maximum, and the average. So we could see here that amongst all listings, we can see here that the average listing takes about 3 days to ship, okay? And at the end of the day, when it comes down to shipping, the faster you're going to get your product out to the customer, the better, okay? Here we have the shipping costs. We have the minimum, which is $0.00, which basically means that people are offering, or sellers are offering, free shipping, right? We have the maximum where people are charging $50, up to $50 for shipping. And then we have the average. And sometimes, and this is not always an indicator, but sometimes, depending on the shipping costs, we can know how dedicated sellers are to their customers, and more importantly, what the products they're selling, the size of the product. Typically, if the product is much larger, it's going to cost more to ship. So that can tell us a lot also about the products. And this is actually very useful in my point of view when it comes down to products that are larger. For example, if I'm selling a sauna or I'm selling a wood stove, I can take that data and I could say, okay, what is a reasonable price for me to charge my consumers for shipping? And I can check here the minimum, the maximum, and the average price, okay? And so this is the data that you're going to find in the search. Now we can head over here to the single listing search, where we can type in either a listing or ID or a link. I like to go with the link, which is really easy to use. I could just take the link and I can paste it in here. So I'm doing a general search on Etsy. I find a product that I'm interested in learning some information about, and I just paste it here. And of course, the Sales Samurai software grabs it very, very quickly. And I'm presented here with my title of the product, the description, which I can click show more here, and I can read the whole entire description, and then I can see some information about the product. So I have the category, the title characters, the title words, how many words there are, right? How many characters there are in the title, the description characters, right? How large the description is, how many images there are. In this case, it's 10 out of 10. When the product was created, so the product was created in 2017, and it's been on the platform for 1,700 days, roughly, a little bit more than that. The number of likes it's acquired, the quantity, right? The views, the monthly views that it's acquiring. So I can learn about how valuable this listing is to the seller. And I can learn about where they're, like I said, missing or kind of, basically failing to reach all kind of points here. And what I could do as a seller is I could figure out, is there a way, a chink in the armor? Is there a way that I can break through and end up making more money by seeing exactly what sections that the seller is losing on that I can kind of capitalize on. So we could see here the certain tags that they're using, the search volume that those tags have, right? And remember that just because the search volume here is at 26,000 and the person is using this specific tag for this specific listing, doesn't mean they're going to acquire 26,000 search volume. Remember that the monthly views here on this product is 3,425. And what that means is the consumer is taking a percentage of each of these search, right, for themselves, okay, on the tags. And notice here how this person used 13 tags, And all the tags here are shown with the click-through rates, and if they are multi-word, if they're in the unique categories, and if those specific tags are found in the beginning of the titles or in the description. Okay, and also we can view the images here in a slideshow format, which really is a great benefit to Sales Samurai for them to do this for us. Okay, so if you have any questions on this software, if you need help during the search process, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm here to answer all your questions. We just about covered every single aspect on this software when it comes down to the search module. If you have any questions on this and you want to learn more, like I said, feel free to reach out. We're always here to answer your questions. We're always here to help. And more importantly, if you want to get this software for yourself, you can go ahead and sign up using our link. You'll get a free trial. You get a 3-day free trial. And if you actually want to end up paying for this software, you can utilize the discount code Autopilot Passive Income. It's all one word, Autopilot Passive Income, and you're going to get 20% off of this software. The software is normally $9.99 per month, so it's already a bargain. But when you get 20% off, you're going to save some money and essentially save that towards your Etsy account. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out. Bye.